Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor Channel. My name is Sensei Crypto. I have partnered with Martyn Lucas and I'm providing the Sunday show. As you can see down here, Martyn is enjoying his vacation, a well-deserved vacation. And let's get into it. Let's get right into the Sunday show. We do have a giveaway. We do have a giveaway that we're going to do again, and we're going to announce the winner of the last giveaway, the $10 giveaway. So do stick around. We'll give you one code at the beginning, one code in the middle, one code at the end. And thanks for all tuning in. Thanks for all the likes. And let's get into it. Let's have a look at some charts and let's have a look at some of your suggestions. So if we go into our first chart, let's see what we have. So we're looking at altcoins today and Bitcoin. This is Solana, an altcoin that has been devastated, just like a lot of altcoins. You can see here we were at 260 at the peak, and we're now at sort of $22. We've had a big bounce this week, but it's really nothing compared to how much we've come down. We're sitting at $22. This is an altcoin I'm looking to accumulate, but my buys are much lower. I want to buy this coin for $8. Let's see if we get there. Let's see how the market reacts, and let's take our trade when the time is right. I do want to emphasize none of what I'm going to say is financial advice. I'm just giving my own thoughts, and I'm giving you guys different perspectives so you can make your own informed decisions on what you'd like to invest in. Unfortunately, I can't bring your comments up on the screen, but what I can do is I can try and zoom in so you guys can see what I'm seeing. If I go onto this screen here, we'll go onto the TV screen. Not sure. There it is. Let's have a look at some of these comments. So, hello Faith, hello Tia Roll. Thanks for joining us today, Tia Roll. That's very exciting. You weren't here last week. Hi Liam. Buzzing for this week. Yes, I am too. It is sad to see Martyn go on vacation, but it's well deserved. I hope he's enjoying his time off. If you do give any super chats, they should come up on the screen and they'll go directly to Martyn. So this is still Martyn's channel. I'm just Sensei coming on doing the Sunday show, as I always will do. Martyn's on holiday and he asked if I could do it, and I was definitely down for it. I want to keep this going, so I'll be here for the opening and bell, hopefully for the entirety of this week apart from Wednesday. Let's see what else we have. Cash in the attic. Hi Craig. Cash in the attic. There it is. Martyn is going to be very happy when he sees that. He's going to be laughing. I don't really understand it. He did explain to me what the show was, but I've never watched it myself. Hello Sensei and the rest of the family. Hello Henrik. Hello Zed Think. Hi Tiro. Hi Craig. Good evening, Sensei. Good evening, Senor Polito Holt. Martyn does a better job of saying that than me. Hello, Henrik. Hello, Tio. We're live on Twitch. That's great to know. I didn't know myself, but I think everything is linked, so we're live everywhere. Do let me know if there's anything specific you want to look at, and we'll get into it. But for now, let me readjust the screen. Okay, so let's have a look at Bitcoin and also stocks, because we did have the monthly candle close. For people that don't know what that means is, as you look at any chart, the candlesticks represent whatever time frame you're in. And if you're sort of looking more long term, you're looking at the weekly chart, the monthly chart, and if there's a stock that's been around for 50, 60 years, then you can also look at the yearly chart to give you an indication. We look at breakouts depending on different charts. For example, if you're looking at sort of the 4-hour chart, you might be day trading. If you're looking at sort of the weekly chart, then you might be midterm trading. That's what I do the most. I like to get it in and out of positions. I don't like to utilize leverage that much. Anyone using leverage should have a lot of experience. As you know, the statistics are something like 95, 96% of people that go into leverage trading do lose their money. So what I want to start looking at is, let's have a look at Bitcoin and see how we're doing with Bitcoin. As I did mention last stream, I have changed dark mode because it gives you guys a better experience. But some of my charts, the lines were in black, so we can't see the specific lines. But as I've mentioned before, the charts are charts, so the information is still the same. And we, okay, so this is the Bitcoin chart on the weekly. We are currently at $27,000 for one Bitcoin. What I'm looking to do is, if I close this to not make that noise, what I'm looking to do is probably this is the level of resistance for Bitcoin. I am considering taking a short when we reach levels, if we go to sort of 29,000, 28,000. I don't think we're going to reach it. I think the month of October is going to be bad for, quit that, for Bitcoin and for the general asset class, including the altcoins and also the stocks. We'll get onto the rest of that later. But for now, Bitcoin's $27,000. I do expect Bitcoin to come back to $23,000 in the month of October. We might not get there. It's just my personal opinion, just looking at the charts. If you see over here, this is what I like to use. It is called the bull market support band, but realistically, it is just two moving averages. And moving averages help us identify trends. When we're above the moving averages, I'm fairly bullish. When we're below it, I'm fairly bearish. Right now, we're retesting it, so I'm still not bullish because we're not above it. But if we look at the past, and I can explain to you why I use it. This is the COVID lows. When we came above the bull market support band, or the two moving averages, we bounced off it. We went up, we bounced off it again, and then it was just bull mode. Until we did, we went all the way up. We know all the gains of 2021, and then we broke below it, bearish again. We moved above it. We tested it again here. We didn't close the candle below it, so we were still bullish. We hit that second, actually all-time high of Bitcoin of $69,420, and then we broke down below it, and then when we had that close below it, I was sort of out of the market mostly. And then we had another retest of it, and we've been bearish since. We've come up, one weekly candle close, that wasn't enough to get me bullish. We came back down, and we've been below it ever since until January of 2023. As if any of you have been following the challenge, this is where we started coming back into crypto. We started deploying some of our cash. We still have at least, I think, 60 or 50% of our cash in our, well, it's sort of my portfolio. I say we is because me and Martyn just likes to follow me, but we is sort of my portfolio, what I like to do. And it's a portfolio I share for my premium members. I still have about 60% of my money in cash. And the other half has been making money with XRP, as it's been one of the only coins that has had a good year. If we carry on looking at this, it came above, retested, another way of entry there, a retestable market support band. We came up to 30 again, now we've broken below it again. So there's no reason for me to think it's going to be any different now that we've broken below, had a few weeks below, we're retesting it again. I do believe we're probably going to come down to 20,000. 23,000 in the month of October. We'll see what happens in December and January. That's my thoughts on Bitcoin. I still think we have lower to go. In regards to other altcoins, if we look at Ethereum, we do have a trade set up for Ethereum where it's coming back to the entry, so it's giving us another opportunity to enter this trade of short. I know a lot of people don't like shorts. Please don't trade if you don't have experience, and please don't copy my trades. This is just what I'm doing with my money. I've entered a short. I've entered it here where we broke down. We did come down a lot, and now we're coming back to the entry position. Whenever you see profits, I like to take them. So I have taken a little bit off, but mostly I'm still in. I'm looking to put the profits I took there back into this trade at sort of $1,720 for Ethereum. But I could get stopped out. However, I like to manage my risk, and I keep very tight stop losses. So if I do lose the trade, I don't mind. I take a small loss. If I get one out of 5 of my trades right, as you can see, the risk to reward, it's visualized here for you. Risk, reward, that's the reward, that's the risk. The reward's bigger, the risk is bigger. The reward's really big, the risk is smaller. So I do like to keep a risk to reward ratio of 9 is incredible. So that's what I've taken. We are coming back to an entry position. I might add some more on, but as you can see, my thoughts on Ethereum is probably going to half in value. If Ethereum halves in value, a lot of the altcoins will also half in value. There will be a time, which is coming up shortly, where I'm going to start accumulating a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin. But I just don't think the time's here. I'm not here to be like other YouTubers to say, look, everything's amazing, buy this coin's going to 100x. I think there will be a time for that, but I don't want to get anyone too excited when I think there's not enough liquidity in the market, especially for these high risk assets. You go down the risk curve, there's S&P, then there's SBC, and then there's Bitcoin, and then there's altcoin. So we're sort of at the bottom of the. No one wants to be in risk assets at the moment, especially when the liquidity is dry. But there will be a time. Let's say if we do get a recession, that will be the optimum time to get into these coins. The high risk assets normally bounce first, coming out of that. So let's have another look at the comments. How much time have you planned? Yeah, so this show is probably going to be around the 1 hour mark. I am actually going to give you a first number now. What you do, take a note of it, write it down on your phone, write it down on a piece of paper. You're going to add all three numbers together, and then you're going to put it into the competition page. The competition page will be live once we announce the winner of last week. Once we announce the winner of last week, then by the end of the show, you will be able to start putting in the magic number from this show, which is all three added together. And the first magic number I'm going to put on the screen, it is a long number. This is not my doing, this is Martyn, so here we go. The number is 64,453. Write that one down. That is not the complete magic number. What you're going to do is add this one, the one in the middle of the stream, and the one towards the end of the stream together, and that's what you're going to input to my website or Martyn's website, where the giveaway is always is. So that is the first number. This is the only time I'm going to show it, so please do take a note of it. It's 64,453, 64453. That's the first number. I'm going to take it off the screen now in 3, 2, 1. Let's have another look at the comments. Good evening. Hello, James 007. Nice to have you here. And at this point in the stream, I'd love if everyone smashes like. I want Martyn to think I'm doing a good job. I'm sure he does. Hopefully think I am. But numbers don't lie. So if you guys could smash the like button, it'll be very helpful. Let's have a look. Senor Pilito Holt, how's Bitcoin going to do in October? Sensei, I'm looking to get in if it goes down between 15 and 20,000. Again, I'm not here to give financial advice. Martyn isn't here to give financial advice. That's not what we do on this channel. But I'm completely entitled to give you my thoughts. And my thoughts are, I will be accumulating Bitcoin between 50 and 20,000. If we look at the Bitcoin chart, it does, in my opinion, definitely seem like a sensible place to start dollar cost averaging back into this stock. No, sorry, this crypto, not a stock. Definitely not a stock. There's no earnings calls for Bitcoin. I do believe 20,000 is a great place to start accumulating, just because it is the all-time, it is the high of 2017 when we had the big move up in 2017, and also there is evidence that we have bottomed out here in the past. So between 20,000 and 15,000, I will be DCAing. There is a chance we go to 12,000, and that's when I will be deploying a lot of my capital, more than I probably should, into Bitcoin. I do think that would definitely be a bottom if we do get there. But yeah, between 15, but anywhere below 20,000. I've said this for a while now, even when we were at this drop here. I came on live on the show, I said anywhere below £20,000 is $20,000, sorry, is a good place for accumulation of the asset of BTC. To your role, hi Craig, Niels, hello, Zach Zate, hello, hi all, great Sunday all. Yes, it is a great Sunday, thanks for tuning in. Come on, let's get started. Hello Rob, nice to have you here. Chris Pickering, hey bro, any views on Amazon? We will have a look at Amazon because that was a short I posted on Discord, a position I took and something I warned Martyn about and a lot of the viewers on when I came on the show. I did say it's at high risk area where a short can be taken or exiting of position is something to look into. Zach 8, when LTC USA coin will get to $100, LTC USA coin. Do you mean Litecoin? I don't know an LTC USA coin. What would you say as a great risk to reward ratio? I mean, anything above 5 is good. Rob has brought up something very interesting: bonds. Bonds have been something to be getting into over the last 2 years. Right now, if you don't know much about investing, there's two ways to do investing. It's either you put 20% of your money that comes in sort of towards the S&P or the Berkshire Hathaway, let them take care of your money, or something like right now, bonds are at a level where you will be receiving around 5% a year. Basically, it's the most low risk way to make money. If you are storing cash, then it should probably be in a bond. It will at this point be keeping up with inflation and beating inflation. So we will look into bonds because bonds are quite high right now. So a lot of people are saying this might be the top for bonds. Zach, say hello, Craig. Yes, Litecoin. Okay, Zach, we'll have a look at Litecoin and we'll also have a look at Amazon and maybe some bonds. So Litecoin, we did have the pump into the halvening. Litecoin had its halvening in July, I think, and it was sort of a pump and dump. We weren't expecting anything massive for Litecoin. This has happened in the past. You do have a bit of a rally, and you do sell off. So right now we're at $66 for Litecoin. I do think we'll come down to the levels of $40 before we start breaking the highs we put in a few months ago now. We are below this bull market support band. That is sitting around $76, so we can always retest that and then come back down. But if there's there's one catalyst that could prove me wrong, at least short term, and that's the Bitcoin ETF. If the news of that comes out, that BlackRock gets approved, or any of these other entities that have filed get approved, there could be a lot of money on the sidelines to start longing the market or start buying up. There will be a lot of hype in the cryptoverse, because this is something people have been waiting for. I don't know, there was talks about it in 2017, there was talks about it in 2021. So there's been talks about this for over sort of 5-6 years. It's something that a lot of people have been waiting for. It would have a much larger effect on the price of Bitcoin and a lot of crypto assets if that news does come in a bullish environment, for example, in a bull market. But even if it comes out now, I do expect the price of Bitcoin to go past 30,000 US dollars, and that will bring altcoins up with it. But likelihood of that happening is probably it's going to happen in 2024, maybe in the first half. So we probably do have more downside to come, and I think we can start picking up Litecoin at levels around $40. Anywhere sort of DCAing around $40 to maybe $50-$40. I mean, at this point, I still wouldn't be getting into Litecoin, because if I see Bitcoin coming down, Litecoin and basically every crypto asset will follow it, apart from a very low market cap coin, which can do something completely different and 10x while everything else comes down because it's so low liquidity. I need it back at $100. If you need, that's at the end of the day, anything you put into crypto, you should. It shouldn't be money that you're looking to. How do we put it? It's a very high risk asset class. Something can happen to a lot of these chains where it brings down the price 60, 70, 80%, and they do not have to recover. There is no company backing it. There is no profits being made. So I do like to tell people, don't put in more anything you can't afford to lose. That might be a bit extreme because I don't think Bitcoin's going to go to zero. I don't think Ethereum's going to go to zero. I don't think XRP is going to go to zero. I don't think a lot of these coins are going to go to zero. But I think as we have seen over many years with crypto, a lot of these coins can go down 95%. So if you're looking to have the money sort of in 3 months, then if you need the money in the next sort of year, 2 years, 3 years, I wouldn't be putting it into the crypto markets. Levkin 3D, nice to have you on the show. Bonds. It seems like a lot of people are interested in bonds. Is there any specific question on bonds, or is it something that you have wisely put your money into and you're just enjoying while everyone else is panicking about the market a little bit? MSK, Sensei seems shy. Maybe I am. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. I don't know. It is my second stream on YouTube, so maybe you are right. Tio Roll. On the idea of halving a position composed of a long-term core and a trading position, how to weight those in overall downtrend? Because so far, ones with lowest core position were best off. Let me read that again. On the idea of halving a position composed of a long-term and a trading position, how to weigh those in overall downtrend? Eights so far. I don't know what that means. Ones with the lowest core position were best off. I think you might be referring to something that me and Martyn spoke about SBC. Do let me know if I'm wrong, about having half our position where you want to buy this stock long term, you believe in it, you want to have a long term portfolio, but also having half your portfolio in trading in and out of that stock to make profits where you can in case the company does go bankrupt. That is a strategy used for people that have a bit more experience with trading and seeing wanting to take profits, but also having their long-term position just in case you want to accumulate at these low prices in case sort of SBC goes to $50, $100, but also protect yourself by trading it at specific levels to make some profits in case the stock does go to zero. Shouldn't be putting your down payment into crypto, Zach, you fool. No, I definitely don't recommend anyone putting any down payments into crypto. Crypto is the highest band of risk, I do think. Jose, I think. What's your personal opinion on Dogecoin? Is it dead or is it just hibernating? I think it's just hibernating. If we look at Dogecoin, it is, in my opinion, that real sort of OG meme coin. I do think it's around here to stay. I mean, we haven't heard much from Elon Musk, but I do think, as we've seen, Elon Musk does like this coin, and it has been around for a while, which is something I like to see. It does come back, put in new all-time highs every market cycle in the cryptoverse. So it's something I like to see. It has longevity. It has gained people's trust. It's been around for a long time and it keeps returning. And now Elon Musk is saying he'll incorporate it within Twitter or X, and you can buy merch with it, I believe. So I do think it is here to stay. The levels I'm looking at Dogecoin are sort of 5 cents, and if it gets there, as we can see, we went up very fast. So we can also come down very fast if the news of Elon Musk selling all his Dogecoin maybe, or something else, a terrible recession, we can come to sort of around 2 cents. That's my accumulation range. But I do think Dogecoin will come back and maybe it will hit $1 next cycle. So, Tyrell, I like to find good strategies about this. Yeah, if you want to explain a bit more, firstly, you have to be fairly experienced and know the markets and know how to manage risk, and then you can start looking into the trading aspect of it. Niels, what are your predictions for the S&P in October? We'll get onto stocks shortly. I think we're coming up very close to announcing the winner of last week's giveaway. That should be happening in around 5-6 minutes. Or actually, it takes a few moments for it to kick out the bots and everything. So maybe in 10 minutes time, we'll announce the winner. What are your predictions for S&P? We'll go into that. If XRP goes to zero, I will take you to zero, my brother. MSK, that is... Yeah, XRP I don't think can go to zero, but it can certainly, let's say, SEC win their appeal. It can go dramatically down in value, so do prepare for XRP going down 50-60%. That can happen in a recession. maybe XRP goes down 80-90%. We never know. That's not where I've put my money. I put my money into XRP, and I'm more bullish than I am bearish on it. But definitely don't put in more than you can afford to lose. So prepare for it to go to zero. That's what I'll leave it at, but I don't think it will. Let's put it this way: my credibility will go down the drain. But I'm not telling anyone to do anything. Rob, bond maxing right now. XRP is tempting though. Well, that's very, very smart, Rob. That's what a lot of people. It's very rare we get opportunities like this, especially with how the interest rates have been so low recently. We haven't had great returns, and bonds is a sensible way to go. Even though like a lot of UK banks, even just on your account, they're not offering that much interest. They're offering maybe 1%, which isn't great when you can just put your money into. Even the banks have their own bonds, not their own bonds, but they're a simple way to invest in bonds. So it's a very wise thing to do. Cash has been king for. I mean, just look at this. This is just Dogecoin, but it does represent a lot of altcoins, a lot of assets, high risk assets anyway. We've come down so much. If you've just started putting your money in bonds, accumulating bonds, you have been doing much better. You haven't been losing your money. You've been gaining money. You have been sort of, if you've been doing it the whole time, you've probably been on par with inflation. So it's a very risk-free way to sort of keep your capital against being eaten away from inflation. I can explain more if necessary. Yes, for example, SBC. Yeah, hopefully I've answered your question. Levkin 3D, welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you here before, but let's see what your point. On the point of bonds, just max. Let me have a drink of water before I read this question. On the point of bonds, just maxing out the glitz in my stocks and shares ISA. You reckon that's sensible, or should I diversify into new Vodafone bonds that are about to be issued? I have not heard about the new Vodafone bonds that have been issued. It seems like you know a lot about bonds, so I think you should make that decision yourself. Maybe talk to a financial advisor or read into it a bit more. Not something I've looked into, just maxing out. But bonds have been attractive. You reckon that's sensible? I won't give financial advice, but I've personally wanting to do it / have been doing it. Adam M, do you think Cardano ADA will hit $3? Yes, I do think so. As I've discussed about before, I'm not sure if Bitcoin's going to go to new all-time highs this halvening. I don't know if it's going to surprise us or not, but so we need to prepare for all situations. If Bitcoin starts topping out around 40,000-50,000, we'll have to see where the altcoins are. Bitcoin tops out, altcoins then go on another rally, so we'll see where ADA Cardano is when Bitcoin's around 40,000-50,000, see if it has that last boost to take it there. But I do think one day it'll get there, maybe next cycle, 2025. Tiro, let's say a stock goes down and down like SBC so far, in case my call position was 1,900 of 2,000, it would have been better to have traded with the 1,800 and only held my 200. Yeah, unfortunately it is like that sometimes, but I don't really look into stocks that much, their fundamentals. I'm much more of a crypto person, but when I look into, when people ask me, I assume they have a lot more knowledge of the stocks than me. And for something like SBC, if you personally, anyone who's investing in SBC, if you personally believe in the company and you've read about it and you've done your own research about it and you think it's here to stay, then getting SBC at prices at $1.50, $1.60, $2 is something you should be happy about, that it's this low. Because realistically, if it gets below $1, then they have to do reverse splits and everything, so that's not where you want to see it. So realistically, if you believe in the company, it should stay between $1 and $2, bottoming out around that range. So you should be happy about it and accumulating and stress-free. If you believe in it, then you do think the stock's going to be much higher in a few years' time, maybe at $50. So you don't really need to trade it. So that's why some people just do it that way, which is completely fine. Everyone has their own strategies. But for me, who I look at stocks, I'm not too sure about them. I do still research them. I know SBC is one of the only stocks in its category that does what it does. Retail flights to space. I think it's great. We saw Andy on the show. I share his same concerns about cash burn, etc. I do think they only have 1 year of cash left, so that's concerning. That's why I like to personally trade in and out of it, and I've posted so many different trades on SBC about below 411. I was bearish. I was literally saying I wouldn't be in it, I'm getting out. I won't be touching this stock until it comes to a more sensible level. We broke below 411, and I saved myself 50, around 60-70%, or around 63%, something like that, because we started laddering back in around the 170 level. We can look into SBC if anyone does request, look into that. Levkin 3D, you probably mentioned it before, but what are your predictions on the hard/soft landing given Powell's announcement a few weeks back, not lowering rates until the end of 2024? Yeah, so we did speak about this on last week's show. We brought up the dot plot of what the Fed committee have come up with and what members of it think, and we have seen that they're not. Basically, all the committee have agreed that they don't think interest rates are going to be brought down until early summer of next year. I do agree with the fact that they don't need to increase the rates. I think we're at an area where we can hold these rates and still bring inflation down. But my concern is, I don't know if I do think something will break in the system if we hold these interest rates for that long. We saw what happened with the banks in America, the smaller banks in America, about 6 months ago now, and I do think that was at a time where interest rates hadn't really been felt, and now we have the issue of a lot of companies have so much debt that they've took on, and now they're trying to refinance and trying to get these interest rates locked in again, but they're so high, and if we're holding them for another 6 months, it's year on year, so we're going to be at one point hit that around 5%, and that's very high for a lot of these new companies. So I do think a lot of companies are going to start laying off. A lot of companies might really struggle with this high interest rate environment, and there'll be a point where I think they're going to have to step in, start printing quantitative easing, start bringing the interest rates down sooner than expected, and that's why I think there might be a recession amongst all that. There's always been talk of soft landing. There was in 2007, there was in the dot-com crash, before the dot-com crash, there even was before COVID. I showed a chart last week. I don't have it up right now, but we saw the hike of the Google Trends, and also in how many times it was mentioned in newspapers and news articles. And we saw before each of these recessions, there was always talk of soft landing. So I think the Fed always says a lot. I mean, they have to say, I don't know if they have to say soft landing, but that has to be their base case, and I don't want to frighten anyone. So that's what they're aiming for. But I just don't. I haven't seen many instances where they've been able to keep their promise or go and keep a soft landing happening. I just don't have too much faith in them personally. That could not be obviously. I might be wrong, but that's my own opinion, and I do think there won't be a soft landing. I think we're going to go into a recession, probably not this year, maybe Q1 of next year. Let's keep going through these, and Vodafone. Adam M, do you think Pokercoin is a good coin to invest in? Polkadot was one of my larger investments in 2020, 2021. I also did get caught out by it. It went down a lot. If we look at the chart, as you can see, this came down hard and fast. Went to $50, and within 3 weeks it was down at $25. I did get caught out here. I did finally exit my position around this $30 mark. As you can see, another retest of the bull market support band. That's when I sort of, it's the first indicator. Came back down, another retest, second chance to get out at $22, and now we've just been putting in these lower highs, and we're back in a downtrend. So it's hard to say where to accumulate DOT, because I don't think I think it was a coin back that was introduced in 2020. If I go onto a different chart. Yeah, 2020. So we're back at sort of ICO price, or whatever they call it these days. 2020 is when the coin was introduced and brought into market. So maybe I've got my buy zones at 360, 190 and $1. It's very hard to time these altcoins, especially when we don't have a lot of data on them, especially a lot of these new ones. So I like to DCA at points where I'm happy to start getting in. They are very far apart, so my first buy is at $3.50, but the next one's at $2. That's nearly a 50% drop, and certainly much more when it comes to $1. But you have to spread these buys out. You can't start going all in at certain prices. It gets to a point where you just start DCAing. The better indicator will be when Bitcoin starts bottoming out, when we see Bitcoin at 20,000, 15,000, or if a recession comes, then it's much easier to say, okay, this is a much better level to buy at. But if we come down slowly, if we get that soft landing, then it's much better to start DCAing in at these levels. I like to cover all different scenarios. Let's get through these comments quickly. Rob said, I'd be interested to hear about your take on the speculation surrounding OpenAI of equity being issued, pairing with selling out of the money call options, making it possible for Sam's reach a huge net worth. Wow. I haven't actually looked into that personally, but that does not sound good. Yeah, a lot of market manipulation. Chris Pickering, Amazon. Yes, we'll get onto Amazon. I mean, I definitely do have to prioritize members here. So if you want to become a member, then I'll definitely look at that for you ASAP. Levkin, at Rob, very interesting topic. I agree, quite fascinating if true. Yeah, that is massive news if it is true, because OpenAI has become such a massive company so quickly, and it's linked with Elon Musk. It's founding the company, he says, etc. So that would be a big story if it is true, and there might be some prison time for a couple people. Competition winner has been announced. That's Martyn Lucas. So let's quickly go onto my website and see who has won the money. So if I bring you onto this screen, that's my website. Let's look at the giveaway. We should put some music on. Maybe some different music. Zoltan M, you are the winner. Congratulations. Martyn's much better at this. He likes to give you fireworks. I can try. Let's do this. Give you some explosions. Well done. You have won. So what you have to do now is very simple. You'll get an email. We want you to reply to that email with either saying that you confirm that you've won, that's you. You'll get an email. Please reply to it with some sort of way for us to send you the money. If you could send me an XRP address, that would be brilliant. If not, I think Martyn can help me, and he can send it through your Cash App. But if you can send a Bitcoin, or I mean XRP will have the lowest fees. So if you can send me an XRP address, that would be brilliant. If you're in the chat, do let me know. But congratulations to you. What will happen now? The competition will restart, and you will be able to put in the magic number after the show, up towards the end of the show. So let's get back to the main screen. It is only $10, but we have done massive giveaways before, $240, $200, but we want to keep this rolling, so a lot of people have a chance to win that $10 every week. It's very simple to enter. It's literally just magic number. There will also be, if you signed up to Martyn's newsletter, there will be an extra way to win there. There will be another magic number, I believe, in his newsletter. You also put that into either my website, which will be live, or I think Martyn's website if you go on martynlucas.com, and then there'll be the giveaway page where you can also enter it there. It's both the same competition. Martyn's might be live now, or by the end of the show, or 10 minutes after the show. So just check your inbox and see if there's a code there as well for you guys to enter. Is Zoltan M in the chat? It doesn't. You don't have to be here. We'll email you anyway. TRL, do you have options on China or Hang Seng Index? It's quite low and it seems cheap in my opinion. Yeah, I don't. I don't like the Chinese market too much, and they seem to be in sort of economic turmoil. So I wouldn't touch it personally. Well, that's me personally. I don't have too much knowledge on them. I just know that China's markets aren't in a good place, and I'm not too bullish on China. MSK says, Sensei, shall I call in? I don't actually have a way for you to do that currently, so I'd love to have you on the show, but I don't know how to do that. Neil, they're throwing tough questions at you already, Sensei. Yeah, no, they're not. There's things I don't know, and I openly say that. I do like looking at charts and low risk, high risk areas, but I also do like looking at the general market, along with the stocks, the S&P, and different high value zones. So I like looking at charts. I do identify patterns and low risk zones. That's how I like to trade. But there are questions I don't know the answers to. But so far I'm happy answering and giving my opinions on a lot of these questions. Craig says, can you have a look at Funware, Sensei? I'm down massively on my position. I'm wondering at what point exactly should I start accumulating. I'm expecting a pump in the next year. Let's quickly have a look at that. If I do miss what, if I haven't answered your question on a specific stock, please do comment again if I've gone past it. Funware. Wow! What a pump that was! From under $1 to 24. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's an IPO pump. Wow. I just don't have enough fundamental information about the stock, and it just looks terrible. Sorry to say this, but as in all you can see is just downward momentum. It's under $1. They must be trying to do reverse stock split. So this is a stock I really can't comment on. There's not enough data for me to say. I mean, it's definitely oversold. That's the only thing you can look at. It's definitely oversold. It's never been oversold like this ever to these levels. I haven't seen many stocks that have come down to these levels. So that might be your only hope. Some sort of short squeeze, some sort of buy-in because it's so oversold. Some people trying to take their final profit, as in pump the markets, and then they can take some money out of it. I just can't comment on this stock. I don't. Yeah, sorry. And the 5 million buyback supposed to be happening this year. Yeah, maybe that's the only hope. Maybe they'll try pump it and dump it again. So I just recommend you see a pump in this stock, start laddering out. Again, not financial advice, just what I would do. I know the recession is postponed again. Yeah, Tira, I have said from sort of the beginning of this year, I do expect this recession to be end of this year, beginning of next. We are approaching the end of this year, so I guess it's more likely for it to be the beginning of next year. And that's just my opinion. Craig, I do wonder how you end up investing in something that combines phishing and malware into one. Yeah, I guess you know more about this stock than me. I mean, if the stock's down this much, there's definitely something wrong with this company. Then the market cap of this company is 21 million. Yeah, this is going to be a volatile stock. You might get a pump. You might suddenly we'll get a 300% pop, but it's just not really a safe investment, is it? Yeah. Okay. Sensei, great information. Thank you very much. If you can smash the like, that'd be great. I'm going to be giving your second number in about 2 minutes. 3 magic numbers. One at the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end. Add them up and then add them in the competition page. It's a meme stock, Levkin. Yeah, meme stocks. I think their time has passed for now anyway. Schmitzy, hello, nice to see you again. Ed Spitzer, hey guys, hey Sensei, can't say much love. Thanks for hopping in. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Alton. Yes, congratulations. He got the fireworks. Yes, I do have the fireworks, Greg. Yes, and Niels, I do have them. Martyn has sent me them. There's just a lot of things that. Lefkin goes fireworks. JS says fireworks. Yes, fireworks. I think we did get them on the screen. Let's get this party started. You don't know me, son. Let's get this party. Thanks, Rob, for that. Much love to you too, Ed Spencer. Yes, Levkin has sent his love to you as well. Popcorn, I'm Zoltan. I'm afraid I don't have Cash App. But Popcorn, really, if you are Zoltan, if you can reply to the email with your XRP address, that would be brilliant. Oh, no XRP yet. Okay. Well, are you in the UK? Rob, how many genders would you say that there are? How many genders would you say that there are, Sensei? I don't answer political questions, but I certainly think there's two. Rob, interesting stat I've heard. Interesting fact that I've heard. Black America has half the wealth, but double the Mercedes discussed. So I don't know that. I don't understand that. Levkin, should John Jones' wife be part of the UFC roster? I don't know much about UFC either. Smithy also. Martyn Lucas trying to win. We got a £5 super chat from Levkin. Thank you very much. That will go straight to Martyn. If you do want to support Martyn while he's on his vacation, please do send super chats. That will go. I wish it would come up on the. Not sure if it does come up. I think I've turned something on now that might show up. But yeah, this. If you do send a super chat with a text, it should read it out. But thanks for. The super chat. That will, I'm sure Martyn will appreciate that very much. Do also consider becoming a member. That is only a few bucks a month, and that helps me answer your questions first and do your requests. Smithy, we will look at CAS USDT if you do become a member. I do have to concentrate on the members here. Tyrol, what do you say in IDAI? IDAI stamp. Wow, a lot of these stocks have been hammered. Well, I mean it's the same with lots of crypto, but at least crypto does come in cycles. This one seemed to have IPO'd in 2021, and it's a stock with a market cap of 13 million. That's much less than a lot of these cryptos. I don't even know what they do. Charts like this, I prefer to refrain from commenting. I mean, all I can say is the trend is your friend, and the trend is lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, maybe a lower high. Are we expecting new lows, maybe? We're getting a few test donations. I think that's Martyn just making
John
sure.
John donated $95. This is a test donation for $95.
Wow, here we go. Levkin 3D has gifted 1 bronze membership to viewers. Welcome. Stefan, you have won it. Well done. Levkin, thanks for becoming a member. I think you were cut. Maybe Martyn can replay it, but Stefan has become a member. Welcome. Levkin has also become a member. Thanks for supporting the channel. Remember, this is Martyn's channel, so anything you do and donate, it will still go to Martyn, so please do, if you want to send a super chat, it will still get highlighted as you have seen, and that will support him on his holiday, well deserved. He's been going for 2 years straight. I don't know how he does it. I struggle with a few streams, so please do support Martyn and everything he's done for all of us, and you will still get all the same perks as members. MSK says, guys, let's give Sensei some support. Chris Baker, Amazon, if you get time, surprise, sophisticated is up, our site isn't overbought. Okay, if you remind me again when we have less comments to go through from members. I have a Revolut if that's any good. Popcorn radio. If you can, yeah, that might be tricky. If you can reply in the email with maybe your Revolut normally has a an @ and it gives your sort of unique sort of name. It's sort of your name, but not really. It gives you a unique way where you can send money if you reply with that, or then we can do it that way. Levkin has gifted. Oh, he's gifted another one. Let's get some fireworks going. This is. I wonder who's gonna win it. This is crazy. Fireworks. Get some. There it is. Here it is. Listen. I don't know if anyone can hear that. Daniel M has become a member. Let's get rid of the fireworks. Thank you again, Levkin, for giving some memberships away. And welcome to Daniel. You have all the perks now. Sorry, there's a lot of comments I want to get through quickly. Yes, Levkin, who is Top G, Martyn Lucas or Andrew Tate? I think Top G has to be Andrew Tate. Rob, kudos to you, Sensei. Good stream. Do you have any opinions on the recent Adesanya debacle with respect to driving under the influence? I do not recommend anyone driving under the influence. Yeah, that's my only comment on that. Sensei has sold his first membership. Welcome, Levkin. Thank you. Welcome, Levkin. Smithy wants one. Rob, are you rich than the other guy on this channel? I'm gonna refrain to comment from that. Leo, are you doing a great job? That's for you to say. That seems like more of a question than a statement. Oh, yeah, Levkin gave away another membership, so Daniel, welcome. Niels goes, any mods watching on Rob today? We do have moderators in the channel. Levkin, how do I give it to Smithy? Do you know how do I gift the membership to Smithy? Anyone knows? Yes, fireworks. Yes, we'll give you some more fireworks, Levkin. Yes. So unfortunately, you can't choose who it gives to, but if you like the stream, comment on the stream, and if you engage in the stream, then you should be more likely to win one. Popcorn. Okay, I'll send my Revolut ID then. Thank you. No problem. It's $10, so we'll convert it to pounds if you are in the UK. Niels, Levkin is randomised. You can't choose, sadly. Well, that's unfortunate. I've been a member longer than you, Niels. Watch your tone, son. Yeah, as long as everyone watches their tone. We like to be a respectful channel here. We don't like the trolls. Normally we can hear that. I don't know if there's something I'm doing. Thanks for the donation, Lev. $1. Again, please do donate. This is still Martyn's channel, and he will still get paid it. So that is what we like to see. Thanks for supporting the channel. Without members and people like you, Martyn couldn't do this, and then I couldn't be on the stream. So all the support is welcome. Sensei has been keeping the channel alive. Yeah, I did want to step up and just keep this channel going. I know a lot of people like to tune in and give their thoughts either in the comment section or just have somewhere to be at, and I'm very grateful that a lot of you have tuned in today. And I'm going to give you the second magic number now. So the second magic number, you add all three together. We are probably going to just go over an hour at the show, maybe an hour and a half. We'll see how we get on. And the second magic number is add that with the first one you got at the beginning, and then put it into the giveaway page. 758. 758 is your second number. That will be on the screen now. George, what are we looking on that? Yes, George, this was the last request. So if you do want to request something we will look at it. This was the last request where I didn't want to comment on too much. We can put something a bit more interesting on, like, well, S&P's closed at the moment, so is this. Let's just put on Bitcoin on the 5 minutes, see what that's doing. Okay, that looks a bit well. There we go. We have had this print on a lot of the charts. I wonder what has happened. But okay, that's the second number. I'm going to take it off the screen. So 758 is your second number. If you have the first number, this one, write a note of them, and then you can add them up in the end. Rob, very good stream. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining and sharing your very interesting thoughts and ideas about bonds and about different things going on. OpenAI, I found that very interesting and a lot you have to offer. So thanks for being here, Rob, and all the members here. I do love all your questions. Turned off subscriber. Anyone can send a message. Member mode is on. Yeah, so members are only members now. So we like to keep it the best channel on. Niels, Rob, that's pretty harsh. I must have missed a comment. Seth Houston. Hello, good evening, Sensei. Hello, Seth. Welcome to the Sunday stream. Obviously, I'm Sensei Crypto. I'm just doing my Sunday stream. I will have this show all the time on Sunday, 9 p.m. UK time. I'm not sure what time that is in your time zone, but you can always check on the homepage of Martyn Lucas Investors Channel. But yeah, I'm doing the Sunday show. I'm Sensei. You've probably heard me call in for a year and a half now, and now I've got my own show. So it's very good to be here. I will also be doing the opening and closing bell of Martyn's stream as he is on holiday. As you can see at the bottom, he's on vacation. We wish him all the best and a healthy recovery, and just a great time off with his wife, which is I'm very happy to see. How it's worked very hard for all of us for over 2 years. So yeah, you will see me on the opening and closing bell this week, apart from Wednesday, and I'll see if I can do any more for you guys throughout the month. Is that another donation? $1, Lefkin 3D. Thanks for supporting the show. I'm sure Martyn will be very happy to see these donations. Thank you very much. I bet Niels is quacking in his boots, Rob. We don't like trolls on this channel. No, we don't like trolls. I don't know if... Oh, we've got another one from Lev. Let's see if we can... Hopefully it plays. I haven't seen it. But normally on this channel, I know you're new, Levkin, but when a super chat comes, we should be able to hear it. So before I read it, I want to see if it comes up, so I don't have to read it and we can just all listen.
Is there a path for organizations to stop virtue signaling and reward meritocracy instead?
Maybe I do have to read that. I didn't catch it. Is there a path for organizations to stop virtue and signaling and reward meritocracy? Oh wow, that's a very interesting question, which I don't... Is there a path for organizations to stop virtue? Oh, interesting. Maybe there is, Lefkin. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. I don't have the answer for that. But thanks for the £5 super chat. Let's read through these comments. Oh, we should probably give you fireworks, actually. How rude of me. Thanks for all the super chats, Lefkin, and the memberships you've gifted. I think I can give some... No, not congratulations. Let's give you fireworks. Let's give you the sound effects. I can even give you some Irish music. Thank you very much, Levkin. And this is the Bitcoin chart on the 5 minute. If you do have a request, please let me know and I'll move on. Any thoughts on Coleman Hughes' TED Talk on a case for colorblindness, specifically on how his talk has been suppressed by TED and how overall the organization has become rotten? Yeah, I've seen a bits and bobs about TED going, TED organization heading in the wrong trajectory. Once again, something I can't really comment on. I don't have enough of an education based on it. But thanks for the question. Maybe someone else in the comment section wants to answer. Neil says, Cindy put it to halt, haha, cheers. Rob says, very good topic again, Lev. I think Rob and Lev are having a good. Is it Lev or Lev? Maybe Levkin. Lev is probably short for Levkin. Very good topic again, Lev. I particularly like his take on intervening at the root as opposed to later down in line when it should be a pure meritocracy in any given endeavor. I think you guys are having a good conversation. Please do carry on. But I'll refrain to comment. Tiro, can you comment on XBI? Does it look like it's sitting at strong support at the moment and likely bounce, or is it in danger? Let's have a look for you. XBI. XBI. Let's look at him. Okay. This is very different to some of the charts. Actually, it's been. I can tell what sort of portfolio you have. A very high risk portfolio, but this seems like a much safer option than some of the ones you have. I spoke to you soon. I just saw the downtrend here, but it's been around since 2006. It's an ETF, which is much a safer option. Okay, yes, it is sitting at support. You are completely correct. If I can draw you out a so we can see it's at support, as we can see here. So, and that's the area you can come back down and test. You see support here, resistance here, support, and now I think the level of support you're talking about here is this level of support here. So we can see it's been support briefly, it came back down, then it's a support for a rally, then it does come back down. Didn't act as support here, but we have seen that support here in September of 2022 and also March of 2023. So we are at this level, but do be aware that we can have these sudden drops to sort of $64. But at an area of definite accumulation, in my thoughts, in terms of chart, we are at a level of we are in the bearish control zone in the 35, and that just allows normally you do think stocks are bearish in this level. But what it does allow, it allows the RSI to run up a much. The price can go much higher before you reach those overbought territories. So that's what you do like to see. What else can we tell?
Rob has become a member.
Oh.
Gays don't procreate. Should marriage be legal?
Welcome to being a member, Rob. I think you already are a member. Let me just finish this stock quickly and then we'll come on to your super chat. But thanks for the donations. Levkin 3D.
Meritocracy.
Meritocracy. I should. What is that? Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, so let's take away the bull market support button. See if we have any of it. The only sort of issue we'd have here is these lower highs you're putting in. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. You have been holding these lows, so as long as you don't take out the lows down here, and if you hold support here, you're looking good. You'll probably find
The IPO market back? Given Arm, Instacart, Klaviyo.
Thank you for the super chat again, Levkin 3D. Let's give you some explosions. Let's give you the Irish song. Thank you for the super chat. We'll have a look into what you have suggested. Yeah, so this is the chart for you. I think, was it Craig who... Oh no, it's TRL. Thanks for suggesting that, Tio. Biotech ETF, yes. Interesting. It's definitely at levels of support. I mean, there's a lot of stocks much higher level as this, so I do consider this a much sort of lower risk in my thoughts. You have a lot of support around these areas. I mean, you might end up going back to $44, but that's the COVID. Oh no, that's not even COVID crash was here. Wow. Yeah, you're at very sensible levels to start DCAing in my opinion. Senor Polito Holt, thank you for tuning in. You're doing a great job. I appreciate that a lot. Loud work. Hi Sensei, I was wondering your thoughts on high yield crypto such as Cosmos Atom earning 10% APY staking on Coinbase. Atom is something I'd like to accumulate in the bear market, which we are in, but there will be certain levels I'd like to accumulate Atom at. I do actually hold Atom, and I am staking it just like you on Coinbase. Atom is something where, I don't know if I have it. Well, I have my buy level set at $6 or $5.90, $3.60, $2. So if you're looking, a lot of people make a mistake of, okay, I'm going to buy this crypto because I'm going to earn 10%, 15% on it APY. If you want to earn APY, buy bonds, in my opinion. Crypto is not something you want to buy just because of the APY is looking great. It's certainly a great bonus, and especially when you start accumulating and holding into bull market, because that sort of 10% you start earning a year, that in itself, if the coin that says 20x's, so will that APY that you've generated. So it's great once you do, but it's not worth just buying at high levels just because of it. So I do think we are at sort of levels which it does start making sense to DCA if we go down a couple more dollars. But yeah, again, we have to look at.
Was wondering your opinion on Doge, been holding for a while, stuck at 14. Average. Wanting to average down but not sure worth putting more into ATM.
Okay, thank you for the super chat. This is amazing. I'm sure Martyn will really appreciate this. So we will definitely, if you super chat, then we'll look at it more in depth and ASAP. Let me just finish this. So yeah, Atom, it's these levels which I'll be accumulating. You can see my buy zones. As you can see, with like any other altcoin, it's being brought down because there's no liquidity in the market. We'll see where Bitcoin goes. We'll see when liquidity starts coming back in the market. We'll see if we have a recession, and then we'll start talking what's the best levels. But for now, I'm mostly on the sidelines. Niels, he's got his own song too. Niels, Martyn actually sent me that song, so I'm not sure if he used it on his on the St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for the super. Let me see if I can bring this up so you guys can see what comments I'm looking at. If I go like that and then nope. So the way I can do that is by doing this. Okay, let's have a look at these comments. He's got his own song too, Mediocre. Thanks for the super chat, Levkin3D.
Did the Fed break the VC model? Meritocracy.
Another one. Let's get the song going. Thank you for the super chat.
SNR Polito Holt being quite garrulous today.
Okay. Thanks for the super chat. Please do be respectful to everyone here. I don't think that was disrespectful, but there's a lot of terminology you're using which I don't quite. Senior Polito Levkin, I think transparency, clarity of values, inclusively, and accountability would help. I think that was a fair enough response. Oh yeah, they're good values to have. This is Rob's super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Let me actually take that off the screen. What else do we have? Yes, this is what I was looking at. This is Levkin's first super chat. The IPO market back given ARM. Let's have a look at these. I mean, it's not the best time to be starting IPO. Yep, here we go. ARM. Went up to $70, back down at 53, a market cap of 54 billion. Wow. I just don't like buying anything in the first 6 months of IPO. So it's interesting that these companies are choosing to IPO at this time. I'm sure they know more than me, but that's not what I would Instacart. Oh, Ista. INSTA. No, I can't find that one, but let's have a look at it. I think it's this one. Yeah, another IPO. Very volatile, these IPOs. That was a time when there was a lot of liquidity, 2020, 2021, where you could trade these IPOs, buy them on the day they come out, and for the next few days you can make some money. But it's low liquidity environment. I don't like taking on too much risk right now. Interesting that there is IPOs coming with companies that are quite large in size. Another $8 billion company, much bigger than SBC or a lot of these different companies we've been looking at today. Here we go. Seth Houston, thank you. Oh, City Polito. Sensei, you're being trolled. Just ignore them. There's some points I think are valid. I do appreciate all the super chats, and I'm sure Martyn does as well. So as long as there's no major issues, there's nothing wrong with that. I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion in this world, and more than ever, we should have our own opinions and try and live with each other. Nice, thanks to you. I think I've answered your question. That's brilliant. Seth Houston was wondering your opinion on Doge. I've been holding a while, stuck at 14. I'm guessing 14 cents average. Wanted to average down, but not sure worth putting more into it. Dogecoin is something like the way I do Dogecoin or coins that I do think are going to come back. I don't mind having small DCA, like I don't know, obviously depending on whoever's portfolio or how much money you have. It's very hard to say, but for myself, let's just say if you have a portfolio of $1,000, I don't mind buying Dogecoin at $5 a week, let's say, for example. Nothing wrong with that. I think Dogecoin's here to stay, and it's at these if you can find Doge on a longer time frame, where it's at these bottoming out zones. So I know I say that crypto can come down more, and it certainly can, but when it's at zones where it's like this, I don't mind buying it, because you can start laddering out when it goes up 25%. Even up to there, even to put a lower high, that's 25%, as I'm saying. So if you do see pop, if you buy now, you can see if you get a pop, and then you can sell, and it comes down. And I do think Doge is one of those ones that is going to stay, and next market cycle can come back up. So for me, Doge, even though it's a meme coin, is one of the safer options in crypto.
Hence the Q. Do you believe IPOs will be back now?
Okay, hence the question, do you think IPOs will be back now? I don't think so. I think there will always be IPOs happening at different times, depending on the company itself and how it may be in a high interest rate environment. They could have taken on their debt in 2021 for 10 years or something like that on low interest. But I don't think most companies do that. I think more companies take on debt for a short amount of time. So and I don't think it's the best environment where there's a lot of liquidity to really boost these stocks at IPO, which they love to do. So I don't think it's going to be IPO season again for a while, maybe for a year, 2 years. I think we'll see another IPO craze when we have the next bull market. But there's definitely some interesting ones coming back. In my opinion, I don't think so. You did give a super chat, so let's see what else we can. So yeah, the RSI is at a level where it's sort of neutral. The bull market support band, you're below it. So it still has all those risks that all the other altcoins do have. But for me, Dogecoin is one that's probably going to return, so I don't mind putting money into it. The issue comes when there's these altcoins that can do 100x's, 50x's, but we don't know if they're going to return, and we're going to have to see how they bottom out against Bitcoin when Bitcoin does finally come to lower areas. So, but for something like Dogecoin, which I do think is going to come back, and it's your own choice, obviously. So you have to see how much do you believe Elon Musk is going to incorporate Doge into X. If you think that they are, then why not DCA? If you think Dogecoin has been here for a while and you do see it coming back, why not accumulate? If you do think Dogecoin is the people's currency, as a lot of people do believe, if you think Dogecoin is going to be here to stay for 20, 30 years, why not accumulate at these prices? But there will probably be a better level to buy it at. But we can never time the bottom completely. And it's that, it comes back to that thing we were saying earlier about long term and trading. You might want to add to the long term bag now because you think this is going to be worth more in the long term, but there's also that trading bag, so you can be buying at these levels, so if it does pop you start making some money as well, and then you can put it back in low. And worst case, you don't get that pop of 20%, 25%, whatever your goal is, then you're not too worried because you've set this money aside. You don't need it in the next 5 years, you don't actually need it at all, you're just trying to invest in the crypto market and be part of it. And you can have that in the long term portfolio. There's some sort of moth in my room, so hopefully that doesn't attack me. So that put me off a bit, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. If you can trade in and out of it, and worst case it comes down lower, you're holding it long term because you believe in the coin, and the community and the bull markets will return. So you can always accumulate, and you can't do that with a lot of coins like Polkadot. You don't know how low that's going to go. You don't know if it's going to come back. You don't have that conviction, just like you do with a coin that's been around for over 10 years. Let's look at these comments. I missed the first 3 numbers, George. I'm so sorry. If you rewind, you probably can catch them, but we like to do it so we don't show them again, so the people that watch the whole time do get the best chance of winning. Agreed. I'm not opposed, just making for an interesting talking point. Yes, Rob, a lot of your points, interesting talking points, but please do try and keep it stock related, crypto and stock related. Well, I mean, do whatever you like, but obviously I have more knowledge on charts and stocks and crypto than I do different topics. Acceptable, but I think Sensei is more on crypto and stocks. So yes, Niels, that's, you answered it before I saw. Okay, here are Levkin's super chat. Let's give him the song again because we're onto it. Thank you again for the super chats, Levkin. Did the Fed break the VC model? Mediocrity. That's a difficult question to answer. What do you mean exactly by the VC model? Let's have a look at this. Venture capital. Yeah, maybe they have with the high interest rates. Are you referring to sort of when venture capital funds buy specific companies to then IPO them, or because the high interest rate environment must be hard for them? Senior Polito Holt being quite gorgeous today, that read out. So Senior Polito Holt, like that, he gave a good emoji. Rob, did you get a chance to read into the case of Stephen Ivory? I have not. Sorry, I can't comment. Senior Polito, I can be less grudgeless for a $5 super chat. Instacart is ticker symbol cart. Ticker symbol cart. We love ticker symbols here. Let's have a look at cart. Is it? Instacart. Maybe it's the same thing, Maple, but okay, there it is. Okay. Yep. Yeah. You don't really. I don't like IPOs. Even if it was going up, I wouldn't like it either. Just because they're so volatile, and especially in low liquidity markets, I don't see the same effect that we used to have on IPOs. Yeah, just another example of an IPO. This is the first week. How many days has it been trading for? A few days, a week basically. Oh, Rob, what is your take on the BitBoy breakdown and adultery? Oh yes, we did cover this a little bit. Yes, disgusting. We don't condemn anything like that. Very interesting situation with BitBoy. Something that I probably won't comment on because I don't think many people are interested with. But yeah, we don't. Not something we like to see. Levkin, what's the path forward for ZIP era unicorns? So, is that another? Do you have the ticker symbol for that? Yeah, if you give me the ticker symbol, we can have a look for you, especially as you become a member today. Seth Houston, my problem was I was buying Doge when it was going up and got left holding the bag. I am V56%, and I want to at least take a break even. So this information is very helpful. Thank you so much, Sensei. You're the man. Yeah, I like to give my perspective. Obviously, do what you like to do, but Dogecoin, I do believe is going to return. So nothing wrong with dollar cost averaging, and if you see bigger drops, then dollar cost average more. I mean, that's what I do. Obviously, not financial advice, but that's what I would do. Speaking exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Rob equity. I did not. I got them. Thanks, George. Rob, would you consider diversifying into some alternative asset class, real estate, private equity? Yes, that is the goal. The goal is to make money with crypto, to then start diversifying the risk. Crypto is very high risk. I want to play it sensibly. I want to not repeat the mistakes I've made over past cycles. I want to bring the knowledge to you guys of my mistakes of the past cycles and try and navigate this cycle in a much clearer way and take profits when I shouldn't be looking for 50x's. I should be looking for 5x's. Once I start trading and we go through this bull market and there's money to be made, I definitely want to diversify into, if I haven't already, into there's different flies in my room. I would like to diversify into real estate, private equity. Yes, certainly. I think I don't like buying real estate stocks. There's a lot of different ways. I think if you can get into it yourself, and there's many different ways to get into it, which we can always have a discussion about later on in different videos about, specifically in the UK, sort of buy-to-let mortgages. I'm sure they exist everywhere, but there's different ways to get in even without a lot of money. So I think getting in that way rather than buying the stock is always a better way to do it. I think land and properties is always, you can actually see it, it's physical, and it always sort of goes up in value over time. It's proven that's an asset class that's been around for thousands of years. So I think that's always a very good way to diversify. Seth Houston, also I just discovered a new crypto for myself called Avalanche, ticker AVAX. Yes, I do know about Avalanche. Starting to really take off already, up 7% since last week. Yeah. When you say take off, but you have to look at the several weeks before. Oh, sorry, I'm on stocks. This one. Okay, this is the daily, and now we just quickly go something to like the weekly, and you look. I don't know if you can call that taking off. Really, can you call that taking off? No, not in my opinion. There will be daily, weekly swings, maybe monthly swings, but you look at a chart like that, I just can't bring myself to say it's been taking off like you have. For day trades, maybe it's great, but you have to look at the bigger picture here. This crypto was at $140. It's now at $9. It's seen terrible days, and even over the past weeks, it's been putting in new lows. Not many cryptos have been doing that, but this, you have to understand, this has been going down over Oh, another super chat. We didn't hear that one actually. Play Rich Men North of Richmond, please. Sorry, but I can't actually copyright, and I don't
Play
have
Rich
them.
Men North of Richmond, please.
We did hear it. I just didn't hear it. That was weird. That came after. We can't play songs by request because of copyright reasons, and also I don't have them to hand. But thank you for the super chat. That is very kind. Once again, I'm Sensei Crypto. I'm on Martyn's channel doing my Sunday show. I'm also doing the opening and closing bell. So everything is the same. This is Martyn's channel. Super chats go directly to Martyn. So don't think it's coming to me. This is all for Martyn. So please do support him on his break. If you do want a super chat, it's exactly the same as the past. It gets read out. It's Martyn's YouTube channel. So you're supporting him while he's on holiday, and I'm not saying that in a way of he needs the support, but it's always, I just like to let people know that because people like supporting the channel and having these live streams running. So I'm just letting you know that you can super chat, and it still does go directly to him. Where was I? Yeah, so this has been going down for 63 days, 9 weeks. So you have to accept that there definitely could be a bounce with this. So you're getting a bounce this week. This bounce might continue all the way up to the bull market support band at $12. You can definitely make money on cryptos in the bear market, but accumulation ranges, I don't know. You can see that it has been much lower, so $3 might be a better area to get in. Yeah, it's harder to say with these coins that IPO'd in or ICO'd in 2020. Are they going to come back? We don't know. I do know Avalanche has got a large following and does have a use case, but it might not come back. If you look at the top coins of 2017, a lot of them didn't come back, so we have to be careful. So I do like looking into the ones that have been around for multiple cycles and keep putting in new highs, or at least making good returns. But thanks for the suggestion, Seth. Rob, when the most alternative asset class going right now, Somali pirate militias. Okay, thanks Rob for sharing. No comment on my part. But if that's a good asset class, I'm sure you can always put your money where you like. Popcorn Radio. Have you heard of Momentous? Also, Space Coding. Wondering if it's worth looking into. So I can look at the charts for you. Martyn's always better at looking at the fundamentals or things for you. But if there's anything like SBC, it's just going to be a chart that goes down. There we go. Market cap of 4 million. Wow, someone can literally just come and buy the whole company like that for probably 1 million or something. Yeah, it's just wow. I mean, you can make 1,000. You can make 100x, many x's, 10,000x if this is a company that becomes the size of a lot of different space companies. But gosh, is it risky? I haven't looked into it enough. The chart just tells me down, down, down. So it's not something I'm going to be putting my money into. But thanks for the suggestion. It's just there's not a whole lot I can say. It's oversold on the RSI. It's the most oversold it's ever been. So that might be good news for you, but not for me. Seth, not really. I have 3 shares, alone, nothing crazy. That's good news. Levkin 3D, are you familiar with the contents of the song? Thoughts? No, I'm not familiar with the song. Thoughts on Sam Altman's plan to make an AI phone? What effect will this have on the other smartphones? Probably not much of an effect. If someone tries to make, I mean, we've seen Solana try and make their own smartphone. There's major companies, right? There's Samsung, there's Apple, there's OnePlus, there's Huawei. There might be 1 or 2 I'm missing, but they've got the market share. It's very hard for someone to come in and do a better job at that without as much money and experience and supply chains than these companies have. I think Apple will catch up on the AI train. Siri is very underdeveloped, but they have access to a lot of information which they're probably behind the scenes, they're doing a lot of work on AI. So if any competitors come out and they're doing a much better job, I'm sure these companies with a lot more cash on hand can catch up very quickly and maybe it takes them an extra year or two, but everyone will want to stick with the major companies such as Apple or Samsung. But yeah, thanks for the question. Okay, so I think we've finally caught up with the questions. So if we can start looking at the stocks and then round it up, because we have gone over time, I'll give you the final number now. We'll quickly have a look at the stocks, but we'll save it mostly for the opening bell tomorrow. I will be live, probably under an hour, and we will answer some more of your questions. So let's have a look at these stocks. We had a nice close on Friday, a little pump in the market. For the more high risk, it seems. If you look over here, we've got Rivian up on the last day, SBC up 4%. A great trade by Martyn that was taken. A level he added seemed to be might have been the bottom, we don't know. Snapchat was up. AMC is, I think AMC is dead. Oh, here's another one.
I've been selling my soul, working all day overtime hours for BS pay so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles.
Thanks for the super chat. Let's play the music. I've been selling with. I'm sorry to hear that. If you're upset with your job, but here's somewhere we can all chill out, talk about stocks, crypto, and be with the family. So, thanks for joining us. Thanks again for the super chat. Let's give you some fireworks. There's the fireworks. Thank you so much for the. That's the song. This song. Oh, sorry. Oh, I understand. That's the lyrics. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours so I can sit and waste my life away and drag back home and drown my troubles. Oh, okay, it's a song. I thought you were referring to yourself. Okay, well, I guess you played the song by doing a super chat. So thank you again for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Okay, let's give you your final number. Your final number is 173. 173. So you've got the first number, it was given in the first 20 minutes. The second number was given about 45 minutes ago now, I think. And here's your last number. Add them all together. If you go back on my website, sensei-crypto.com, after the stream, straight after the stream, I'm going to change the website. So I have the new giveaway. I'm sure Martyn will also have the new giveaway. I'm just going to check if it's already there. If not, there's no problem because I'm going to do it straight after the stream. So that is the last number. I'll leave on the screen for another minute. Oh, yes. So Martyn, much more organised than me, he has done it. So I'm going to give you the link to his website. If you go below the last one, you should be able to... it will be under the first one. So you can see the first... If I show you his website now... That's the last number, so I'll take it away now. It's 173 add-ups you've had. It's on his website. If you go to the giveaway page, this is the last winner, Zoltan M. So you can see that he's won the last one. And then below that, 0 entries. You can now see... I think this is the one. Yes, it would be this one here. So you can just enter the number here. Also, do check his newsletter because you can get another 100 tickets if you open his newsletter, and you're more likely to win. And once again, I'll also be putting on my website. If this doesn't work, it should do. I'm sure it does. And that it should work. If not, I'll have it on my website straight after the stream finishes, so you can enter it there as well. That's the song. Thanks, Craig. Wow, that's deep, Levkin. Yes, it is deep. Thanks for the song. Please do, if you haven't already, hit the like button. It really helps. It will help show Martyn that I'm doing a good job here. If you do think I'm doing a good job, then please do smash the like button. I'm here for just to keep the channel going and give my thoughts on the crypto market. I do think it's going to get very interesting in the next 3 to 6 months. So I do want to be here giving my thoughts on how I'm navigating it, sharing with you my mistakes of the past and what I'm not looking to do again. So if you smash a like, it'd be great. Or obviously, if you haven't been here before, subscribe and do the next to the subscribe button. If you unsubscribe, subscribe again, or just you don't have to do that. You can click on the bell. If you click on the bell and press all, once the stream gets going, you'll get notified and you'll be the first person here. We might do some prizes for the first ones here. No promises, but it's just always good to get notified for the times I will be going live this week. So that would be great if you haven't already. As you can see, Martyn's on vacation on my bottom left, so we do wish him the best and I hope he gets a well-deserved rest. We are going to quickly look at stocks, the S&P, and then we'll wrap the stream up. Sensei, just like pocketing the cash for Martyn. Yeah, so no, this is Martyn's channel. All the cash will go directly to him. I'm not a middleman here. This YouTube take cares of that. It's just me. I'm streaming to his YouTube channel. I don't have access to his YouTube channel. It's just a key which he gives me, which I can stream directly to his YouTube channel. If you're wondering how we do it, so everything's the same. If you become a member, it's for Martyn's channel. If you do super chat, it's for Martyn. So that's what I was trying to explain earlier. I'm not pocketing the cash for Martyn. I'm not being a middleman. Sending it over to him. It's all adds to the exact same. Zach say I added 3 numbers. Brilliant. Did it work for you, Zach? Niels. Sensei getting more money than Martyn on average. The money's going to Martyn. Though this is how I want it to be. I'm not this. It's not going to me, but thanks for your support, Niels. Okay, I'll be going now. Good evening, everyone. See you next time. Thank you, Levkin 3D. We wish you all the best. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for becoming a member. Let's give you the song one last time for all the super chats there. What a wonderful gesture. We can do the fireworks one last time. So thank you again, Levkin. We hope to see you maybe some point this week if we'll be live over opening bell, closing bell. Niels, thank you for being here. Cheers, Levkin. Yes, thanks, Levkin. Thanks for making it interesting and all the super chats. It'll be great for you to meet Martyn at some point when he's back from holiday. He's the person who runs the channel. You've probably seen his videos before, that's why you're here. Okay, let's quickly look at the S&P because it gave us the monthly. Let's look at SPX. So these arrows here is. I came on live on the show and I said this does seem like a top we can be putting in, and it did seem to be at least a short-term, mid-term top. I did think we bottomed out a little bit last week with that sudden wick. But anyway, let's look at the monthly candle close. We can look into everything else tomorrow when it opens up again. Monthly candle close below the bull market support band, pretty heavy close. Not really any support. I do think the next month we might come down another 5%. There is some support on the monthly candles here, but realistically, I do think S&P will have a correction of 14% in the coming 6 months, maybe more, but at least 14% in my opinion. We can obviously have different. We could have some choppiness over the months. but in my opinion, it will be trending down. So we'll see how that goes. That is the monthly candle close. We can look at the monthly candle close for other stock suggestions. I'm sure you have more stock suggestions tomorrow when the market's open. But yes, Tesla is still above the bull market support band. We can use this for stocks and crypto. It just works very nicely with Bitcoin. But here we're just, as you can see, I think we're putting in lower highs. We put in this this bottoming out structure. We did say $100. Actually, we said $100 around these levels can come, and it did come. And we did get that bounce. But ultimately, I do think we might come back for a little double bottom, or at least a more. I don't think this trend, probably more likely to see on the week, but I don't think we're going to have this trend. I think we're going to break from this trend and come down and put a more stable bottom in, whether that's double bottom or a higher low, something again when everything else comes down, in my opinion. But we'll look at the monthly candle close. It might be more interesting on others than some. For example, Coca-Cola has had a terrible month, unfortunately. It's down 6% on the month. It's the lowest monthly candle close. Is it lower than, it's basically the same. Oh, is it lower? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's the lowest monthly candle close for Coca-Cola since the month of November of 2021. So some of these stocks have been getting, it's been a bad month for a lot of stocks. So we might see a bounce temporary. DXY's had a brilliant month. Really seems like it's just steaming ahead, no reason for it to come back down. And of course, oil's probably had a brilliant month as well. Let's have a look at it. Yes, it just continues going up. It just doesn't seem like there's anything in its way. Gold's probably had a bad month. Yeah, a little ways to go, but I do think gold is something to accumulate. Okay, let's have a look at these comments and let's finish the show. So Sensei, no. I added all the numbers and it reminded me of the Bitcoin price in a better. Thanks, actually. Yeah, it probably did. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up the stream now. If you haven't already, please do like. I'm going to ask you to do one thing, if you don't mind, for me. If you could do this one thing for me, I'd really appreciate it. I'll probably ask you guys to do it throughout the week as well. I'm trying to build the YouTube channel that I comment on, the Sensei Crypto one. As you can see, I've changed my name to Sensei Crypto Clips, and that's because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start clipping up some of the bits from the show which I think are interesting. If you don't have time to see the whole show, my show, Martyn's show, I'm going to clip up some parts, funny parts, or just more video length parts. I'm going to start clipping them so you guys have a way to just see these shortened down clips. So if you can subscribe to to the channel that I comment on, that would be brilliant. I'm not it should just be YouTube/Sensei-Crypto, but I'm going to give you this link. No, that shouldn't be the right link. Let me see if I can I'll give you the link on tomorrow's stream, but if you just click on my name, then I'm sure you can take it to my channel and subscribe. That'd be brilliant. And if you haven't already, just like the stream before you leave, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. So thank you all for tuning in, and I think it's time to end the show, so let's put the music on. Is it a good time to buy sheep? We can look at that tomorrow. Probably not, but I can't say for sure without looking at the chart. To go down lower before we start seeing some good gains. It's getting very late here. It's 10:43, so I'm sure a lot of you in the UK want to go to bed. Probably a good idea. We've got Monday tomorrow. A lot of people going to work. There's some of your comments coming in. Thanks, guys. I'm trying to see if I can roll the credits for you guys, but thanks for all your support, everyone. Thanks. I do want to see if there's a way I can put your chat straight in. Have a good rest of the day. Okay, I think that's it. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of your money, take care of your crypto, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all for everything and supporting the stream. So I'll end the show. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.